Father General, thank you for joining us today. You've just spent the last 2 weeks in Asia. In 2017, during your trip to Cambodia, Indonesia, and Singapore, you said, I need to come back to Asia. So for this trip, what are your new lessons from visiting the Philippines and Vietnam?
Well, this is another opportunity to know more about the richness of the cultures in Asia. At this time, I have been in Vietnam and in the Philippines, two different, but many different cultures more together. And really, I'm in a process of learning about and to take advantage of that. And it also is an opportunity to know face to face my fellow Jesuits. No, the Society of Jesus is a very huge and very diverse body. Each one of the Jesuits have the opportunity to know more or less one place or one region. In my long Jesuit life, I have been most of the time in Venezuela and Latin America. So only some trips around North America or Europe, but I have never been before in Asia. And I think it's a nice opportunity, and really it's also a moment of, for me, of consolation to find the people, and it's an opportunity to share the same vocation in so diverse contexts.
Speaking of that diversity, the Asia Pacific region is very diverse in terms of language, culture, and religion. What do you think are the challenges and needs of the provinces in this region?
The first challenge is to make it real a deep inculturation. No? I think what Christianity offers to all the cultures is the possibility of going real deeper in humanity. So the process of inculturation is really a very important process for every person, for every Christian, and for us Jesuits is a kind of a dimension of our vocation. Since the very beginning, all the Jesuits they were very diverse. The first 10 companions were very diverse among them, and all the Jesuits along the almost 500 years has been very used to arrive in a point and to really get there, no, and know the languages, and but also for those who that are born in different cultures, we need to do that process of getting in our own culture to have because the gospel is like a light that shows you better your own culture, and that's the first step. Then with that inculturation in your own culture, you can share with others, share with us. And now we are really a very multicultural body. And I always like to say that thanks to the generosity of the Europeans and North Americans, that they were all over the world, trying to really warn the new vocations and in diverse cultures. We now have this richness of body, and now we have a third step, that is the interculturality. How really we not only we can be together from different cultures, but also to enrich each other. My own culture can enrich others, so you can be enriched by the culture of the others. And really, this is I think it's a big sign for the new epoch of the humanity. No? It's a tendency in the world that homogenizes the cultures. No? Globalization is understood like a kind of process where all we will be the same. And there are people who is fighting for that. No? The market forces are in that direction. We as Catholics are convinced that the face of God is a multicultural face. So to really enrich the cultures is making the labor of God. And the humanity has to maintain his diversity because it's the richness, it's the gift God gave to us.
How do you see Jesuit formation changing in these modern times or adapting, especially in the digital age?
Well, I think now the big process now is not until, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago. The ideal was that in each province you can offer all the process of formation. And now we are doing more or less this, not the contrary, but the reverse, no? That every Jesuit has to have the opportunity of an international formation during his long process in some stage of the process. And now I think there is not a single province that have all the offer of formation in the own province. All the provinces have some exchange with other provinces or other regions to having common formation houses. So I think, and the young people is very moved for that. No, they really want to. No, I see the difference because my generation was in another mood. No, we were trying to have the formation more contextualized in our culture. Now the people are really motivated to have a more international experience, and the formation is going in that direction, to have a real more interprovincial collaboration for formation, also a more international, but also more intercultural, and consciously to do a process that can deep the formation. Aside to that, in the parallel question is how we also offer this opportunity to our partners in mission. Partners in mission are growing in the society. The society now is working with so many people all over the world. Now, how also the partners in mission can have an experience of international formation and intercultural formation. That's another big challenge for us.
Yes. It's a changing world, no, Father General? What do you think are the three most critical problems in the world today?
Well, inequality. Inequality is the sign of the structural injustice. The economy grows, but the poverty also grows, and the big gap between those who have how to live and those who have nothing to live is growing, and that is not human. No, that's a big challenge for the humanity and for us as Christians, as a Catholic Church. And then we have, is linked with this, but also linked with the change of the times, the migration movement. No, I think in the history of humanity, always the people have moved from one part to another, but the movement we are now experiencing is so different and so big. Most of them looking for a better life, no, because of these gaps. And they said in the two sides we have big challenges, no? That how really the person is not pushed to live what he wants by poverty, by the war, by violence. So many people will also like to move, no? But it's a choice. You know, how to that moving should be a choice for a person to live. But on the other side, how the societies that are receiving are really open to that people that and can see them as a richness, not as a threat. No, because there are people who move, who go to other people who comes from Philippines to Europe. They are enriching the European countries. They are offering their work, they are offering their intelligence, they are offering their energy and their cultures, no? And so the Europeans have to learn to receive that as a gift, no? So we can make many examples of this. The people who goes to another place goes to not only, it's not for him, it's for everyone. It's a really, so this change of mentality is very important because in many countries that are receiving so big number of new persons, they are not prepared to be open to that. Even those nations that has the experience before. For example, Europeans, they were migrants to America, South and North America in the 20th century, millions, and they were very well received. But this memory is losing, is loose. How to okay, we're in another situation, and you are the one who have to receive the other as a brother or a sister.
And what of the church, Father General? What do you think are the three most critical problems?
Well, I think the critical problem or big opportunity is to announce the gospel in the secular society. I think the process we have lived in the last 100 or 150 years is the process of secularization, more or less all over the world. In some societies now are secular societies. Others are yet in the process to become a secular society. But in the first moment, the church has perceived that like a shock. We are losing. But now maybe we can see it's a big opportunity, because now to be a Christian or to be a Catholic is a real free choice for a person. It's not imposed by the social environment or by my family or because the culture is a Catholic nation, so I have to be Catholic. So we have that experience for many years. People is baptized because we are in a Catholic country. Now, even in those who has been Catholic countries, you are not pushed to. You have to make an election. You have to make a process to be a Christian, so that the church has the opportunity to accompany those processes. That is the real evangelization. To offer all human beings the possibility to be a Catholic, in the sense to be a follower of Jesus, to be a follower of that model of a human being. And that is a new way of understanding the apostolate, the pastoral work, what we call evangelization. And rich, very challenging, and I think it's a big opportunity for all of us.
A big challenge, but a good challenge.
Nice challenge. Yes, because it's for example, for Jesuits, that is the process of the exercises. To just accompany others to make the choice of follow Christ. And we have a big tradition, and we have the spirituality to do that. So I think we have a real nice challenge before us.
Father General, on the second Sunday of Advent, during the Mass, I was there. During your homily, you spoke about Father Luke Victor Odhiambo, who had been killed in South Sudan in November. And you also visited a place in the Philippines, Caloocan. I was there also. And these are dangerous places. And yet the Society of Jesus is present in these places. Do you have any words of consolation for Jesuits who are working in the peripheries?
Sure, I want to be an echo of what the General Congregation did. Maybe it's not so known. One of the more nice documents of the General Congregation is a letter to the Jesuits and partners that are in a dangerous situation all over the world. It was that came spontaneous from the group, knowing the situation of the diverse provinces and the world. We feel the need to give a message to those Jesuits and partners that are really risking their life every day in a dangerous places, and they are really. Some of them have been killed, like Father Odhiambo. I will be in March in Syria for the 5th anniversary of the assassination of Father van der Lug in Oms. That also because he didn't want to get out to abandon people. And so many people, not only Jesuits, but partners and other religious, other priests, other Christian communities, that they really are facing situation very difficult. No? And we are with them. And for Jesuits, this is a part of the vocation. If really we understand that it's God's will to be there, we will be there.
Thank you very much, Father General, for your words, and I hope you enjoyed your trip to the Philippines.
I
and
did.
Vietnam.
I want to thank you of all the team of JCAP, but all the province, no, moving around. I have been a very nice experience to meet all of you.
It's very good to hear. Thank you, Father General.